professional wrestling from the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic region, Capitol Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an extended edition of Capitol Wrestling. We are 1 week away from the return of Capitol Wrestling to Jersey City and Cathedral Hall for a 10-match card that you cannot miss, including the Concrete Rose Sonny Kiss taking on Ken Dixon, as Kiss looks for his first victory in his hometown, and Dixon looks for another name to add to his history of violence. Speaking of violence, the New York Wrecking Crew looks to bring the violence of Harlem to the streets of Jersey City as they face off against the Extreme Rednecks. Also in tag team action, we will see the Perfect Strangers look to rebound from their loss to the now Capitol Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Luxury Muscles Incorporated, as they face off against the Danger Family. Now, Timmy Danger has been coy about who it is that he will be teaming with this coming Saturday in Jersey City against Andros the Greek and Marcus Marquis. Well, this past Wednesday, Capitol Wrestling Management announced that Danger has negotiated with Capitol Wrestling co-founder Marcus Dowling and Capitol Wrestling senior official Mike Keener to host the first ever Danger Family Open Audition Adoption Fair, where Danger has selected one wrestler from the North and one wrestler from the South to audition for the opportunity to be Danger's partner. These two competitors have been made known to Capitol Wrestling Management as Queens native Joey Ace and Mid-Atlantic standout Joe Keys. The two wrestlers, according to Dowling, exemplify the opportunity and energy needed in Capitol Wrestling and would be quality members of the Capitol Wrestling roster. Speaking of tag teams, members of two tag teams in Capitol Wrestling will be in singles action on June 3rd as the Boy Diva Rick Cataldo makes his long-awaited Capitol Wrestling debut against one half of the North-South connection, really good Ryan Zane. Will Zane be able to bounce back after the trouncing laid upon him by Ken Dixon right here on Capitol Wrestling Television? Or will the sad boy left to be a victim of the Boy Diva? Speaking of debuts in what was supposed to be a battle of the two hottest free agents in the Northeast, Anthony Gangone will come to Cathedral Hall on June 3rd with an opponent not named Maxwell Jacob Friedman, but instead, after the actions of the Pain Train Preston Quinn, the Rogue will now face the prodigal son of the National Rasslin Allliance, BEAU CROCKETT. Later on in this edition of Capitol Wrestling Television, we will discuss the rest of our card for June 3rd. As well, we will see one half of our June 3rd main event in action as the Pain Train Preston Quinn faces off against the champion of the 1%, Logan Easton Laroux, and the Human Rocket, Leon St. Giovanni, in an old-school three-way dance. But when we return to Capitol Wrestling Television, we present highlights of the man coming to the Capitol on July 29th, Ray Fenix. Capitol Wrestling returns to Cathedral Hall Saturday night, June 3rd, with an action-packed 8-match card that you don't want to miss, being taped for Capitol Wrestling Television. Signed already for our return to Cathedral Hall. It is the Beard versus the Booty, as Ken Dixon looks to add Sonny Kiss to his history of violence. Also in action, Anthony Gangone makes his Capitol Wrestling debut as he takes on the National Rasslin Alliance's prodigal son, BEAU CROCKETT. In Tag Team Championship action, the team of Sizzling Stan Styles and Beautiful Bobby Shields, Luxury Muscles Incorporated, defend their tag team titles against Smiley and Matt Sells, Sex Crazed. The Danger Family makes their Capitol Wrestling debut as Timmy Danger and a mystery partner take on the Perfect Strangers, as well as the returning Pain Train Preston Quinn, the Colossal Mike Law, the New York Wrecking Crew, and more. For tickets and more information, go to facebook.com/Capitol Wrestling. Capitol Wrestling, old school wrestling for the modern fan. That is the type of action you should come to expect on July 29th when Ray Fenix makes his Capitol Wrestling debut. Who will it be that he faces off against in the hallowed Cathedral Hall? Well, the only way to find out is by getting your tickets now to Capitol Wrestling's return to Jersey City this Saturday night, June 3rd. Order your tickets now at tinyurl.com/Capitol Live or by searching Capitol Wrestling on Groupon or the Fever app. Speaking of June 3rd, we'll have a return match as two of the toughest men in Capitol Wrestling, Jeff Cannonball and John Kermon, go at it once again one-on-one. In their first encounter, Cannonball was the winner, but only by disqualification. Last week, we heard from Cannonball as he made it clear that this is no longer just an athletic competition. Many are wondering in the Capitol Wrestling locker room what Cannonball means by getting desperate. But we here at Capitol Wrestling Television are scared at the prospects of what that could be and what the implications are for the careers of Cannonball and Kermon. But I guess we'll just have to wait till June 3rd to find out. Thanks to our friends at Warriors of Wrestling, on June 3rd, we will see the Ripper, Jason Karloff, make his Capitol Wrestling debut as he defends his Warriors of Wrestling Heavyweight Championship against the champion of the 1%, Logan Easton Laroux. We will see Laroux in action in just a few minutes' time in our old-school three-way dance. But it will be clear to you that the Connecticut inhabitant is as cunning as he is cocky. But what effect will that have not only in our main event tonight, but when he faces off against the Ripper this coming Saturday night? And also, the Capitol Wrestling Tag Team titles will be on the line as Portia Vaughn's Luxury Muscles Incorporated will take on the number one contenders, Smiley and Matt Sells, Sex Crazed. We attempted to get comments from the number one contenders, but the Fairchild Asylum would not allow Capitol Wrestling cameras inside the facility that houses Smiley when he is not in competition. And Matt Sells, well, just take a look.
Smiley, come on. Pick up the phone, man. Voicemail. Smiley, look, it's your tag team partner, the rock and roll model, Matt Sells. Great news since they announced us as the number one contenders for the Capitol Wrestling Tag Team titles on June 3rd. A couple of friends of mine, they're throwing us a little get-together, a little party, a little pre-celebration, if you will. So I want you to come on out. Not too crazy. I'm going to take the train because I'm responsible. Only a few drinks because we got tag team titles to win, man. All right, make it if you can.
Will Matt Sells be able to make it from Atlanta to Cathedral Hall on June 3rd? One can only hope. But then our main event for June 3rd, two of Capitol Wrestling's biggest villains will face off as the intergender world champion of the known universe, the colossal Mike Law, takes on the leader of the National Rasslin Allliance, the pain-trained Preston Quinn. And when we return, Stephen James will be joined by the Esquire of Excellence, Matthew Ryan Shapiro, for our main event. From our first ever event, it's the pain-trained Preston Quinn taking on the human rocket Leon St. Giovanni and the champion of the 1%, Logan Easton Laroux, in an old-school three-way dance. Do not miss it. Stay right where you are. Send this video to anybody and everybody you know. When we return, it's an old-school three-way dance right here on Capitol Wrestling. Capitol Wrestling returns to Cathedral Hall Saturday night, June 3rd, with an action-packed 8-match card that you don't want to miss, being taped for Capitol Wrestling Television. Signed already for our return to Cathedral Hall. It is the Beard versus the Booty, as Ken Dixon looks to add Sonny Kiss to his history of violence. Also in action, Anthony Gangone makes his Capitol Wrestling debut as he takes on the National Rasslin Alliance's prodigal son, BEAU Crockett. In Tag Team Championship action, the team of Sizzling Stan Styles and Beautiful Bobby Shields, Luxury Muscles Incorporated, defend their tag team titles against Smiley and Matt Sells, Sex Crazed. The Danger family makes their Capitol Wrestling debut as Timmy Danger and a mystery partner take on the Perfect Strangers, as well as the returning pain-trained Preston Quinn, the colossal Mike Law, the New York Wrecking Crew, and more. For tickets and more information, go to facebook.com/Capitol Wrestling. Capitol Wrestling, old school wrestling for the modern fan. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are culturally unaware, my name is Matthew Ryan Shapiro, and Stephen James, it is now time for our main event.
The main event, of course, live here, Capitol Wrestling. Very excited here. How does it feel to be in such a palatial arena here?
Oh, it feels great. It's a beautiful night. It's a beautiful day, especially when Logan Easton Laroux is coming down to ringside. Oh, he's so handsome. The man of Yacht Rock and Smack Talk coming here to Capitol Wrestling.
Of course, all of this action and talent you can only find here at Capitol Wrestling. Capitol Wrestling.
That's right, and you can find us on the Guys from Queens Network every Saturday at 6:05, and also on the Power Slam channel, brought to you by Pivot Share, and also on YouTube, Patreon, the whole shebang-a-bang. And Steven, it's your pleasure to sit here with me, but it seems that MLJ is going to be joining us too. And eventually,
Why do you have to be so rude, so brash, so abrasive?
Because I'm the Esquire of Excellence. I'm the man with the plan. I'm the man who runs this joint, whether you like it or not. I may not be the boss, but I've got the brains to run the operation, and they need to just trust me. And now here's a guy.
Someone who's trying to run the operation himself here.
Leon St. Giovanni, someone who's got all the potential in the world, all of the ability, all of the intestinal fortitude, but he doesn't have the mind of a Logan Easton Laroux. He is not someone who can establish dominance, establish a mental connection, establish a way to make money. LSG is 99 cents short of a whole dollar.
And of course, the biggest motivator for you is the almighty dollar.
That is true. I am out here for a reason. I am here to watch who will be my champion.
And the crowd going crazy for LSG. The three letters on the mind of the Capitol Wrestling faithful here at the Cathedral Hall in Jersey City.
And as he comes out to the upperclassmen, it is a night and a moment that can only be defined by three words. Three-way dance.
Three-way dance can only be the way to go here as the streamers fly for LSG.
And of course, Mike Keener pulling rank here tonight, Steven.
Senior referee.
Senior official. Good for him. Good for him.
Give the man his respect as well.
I will not put any respect on his name. How dare you?
And when you hear that sound, you know it's time for a fight.
It's not only time for a fight, it is a time for you to be demolished. It is time for you to be run over. It's time for you to meet the pain train. And look at this! Look at this! Bob Evans, Tim Hughes, Mr. Evans, good to see you, sir.
I'm not shaking your hand, you're shaking mine. Right there is Preston Quinn, the pain train, the real deal, the next man that's gonna dominate Capitol Wrestling, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Watch this man work. Watch him work. Watch him put these two guys down.
Well, you know what? You know what they are? They are the National Rasslin Allliance, Stephen. These men have come together to make old school cool again, whether you or these people like it or not.
All the hyperbole aside, these are three of the toughest men in professional wrestling, and we are going to find out tonight just how tough the pain train is. Any early predictions here?
I got Preston Quinn.
The Pain Train, Preston Quinn, LSG.
A star-studded affair here tonight in Capitol Wrestling because Preston Quinn, Bob Evans, and Tim Hughes are here. And Logan Easton Laroux. LSG, I don't know how he got here. He must have got on NJ Transit and found his way over. It is Capitol Wrestling here on the Guys from Queens Network, also on Amazon Prime through the PowerShare app. I'm Matthew Ryan Shapiro, and joining me now is Emil J. Emil, you know what? I know that Mike Keener said that he wanted to give you this opportunity, but you know what? I'm glad you ran off Stephen James because he actually owes me money. He committed mopery on my mother.
Well, good luck getting that back anytime soon. I mean, I'm not disparaging the name of Stephen James. I'm just disparaging the fact that anybody would give you money.
How dare you?
Well, I dared, and, I shoot my shot.
Shoot on you.
Is that for true?
That's for true.
Well, here we are. It's the main event here. Three-way dance. Something that put independent wrestling on the map.
What?
In the Northeast area.
Over right here. What's going? Hit him with almost killed him. Damn near wrecked LSG. And how Logan Easton Laroux, he had his feet up on the ropes. He was idling. And now Preston Quinn giving chase.
Preston Quinn, a veteran of the sport of professional wrestling. It's got to be, 20 years at least?
20-year veteran with his trainer, Brutal Bob Evans, and toughed him. Oh!
What a drop kick out of LSG, and what I'm most impressed with is his ability to bounce back after that devastating move from Preston Quinn, but he's not going to be able to capitalize on Logan Easton Laroux, at least not yet.
Leon St. Giovanni, all guts, no brains, proving it there. He should have just stayed down and went home, but he's in for a hurting.
Well, if you stay down and go home, you're not going to win. Winning is very important here in Capitol Wrestling. As I said a few weeks ago, you don't want to start out your record here in Capitol Wrestling with a 0 in the win column.
Well, I know that my team didn't, and I know that my future Chargers won't as well. But I think that Preston Quinn's going to be the one who takes it here tonight. Oh, but Logan Easton Laroux not looking like a bad option. Oh, boy.
Big clothesline out of the big man, 278 pounds, out of Virginia. And, it's easy to see why his nickname is the Pain Train. He just bowls you over.
He's built like a freighter coming down the road at you. And Logan Easton Laroux doing the smart thing, sitting on the outside. He likes to feel what the common people feel.
But in reality, Mr. Shapiro, let me ask you one thing. How smart of a strategy is this? This is one fall to a finish. When you got Preston Quinn in there putting the work on anybody, you might want to get in there and put a stop to things before that third opponent of yours, either gives up or gets pinned.
See, but you look at it like this. The Maslow hierarchy of a wrestling match. LSG getting beaten down by Preston Quinn. His body's being depleted. Preston Quinn's body and stamina also being depleted by the butt-whooping he's given LSG. Logan Easton Laroux, fresh, doing a little jumping jacks. Look, he's keeping limber out there. He's doing some stretches. He's doing what is necessary to win this match.
But at the end of the day, it only takes 3 seconds to come out on top. And, if you're not paying attention, you're on the outside of the ring. Those 3 seconds go by even quicker than they are when you're in the confines of that professional wrestling ring. But Laroux picked his spot, jumped LSG from behind, and now he's on top of this situation.
He's putting in the work necessary to win this match. Logan Easton Laroux from the state of Connecticut, from a gated community inside a gated community, which also happens to be in a gated community. Beautiful suplex with the bridge. Kick out at 2.
I'll tell you, that was a textbook application of that butterfly bridging suplex, but he wasn't able to have enough pressure on the shoulders. LSG able to get out of that situation. Finds himself in the front chancery now. He's trying to fight out of this. The grip is broken, and also the jaw of Laroux might be broken as well. Or maybe LSG as well. What height Laroux got on that dropkick for a 2 count.
And taken out, Preston Quinn is Laroux, and now he's found his time to strike. He has found his way in there. Now look at that, putting the pressure on there, Emil. Logan Easton Laroux might be new to some of these fans, but he is someone worth watching, I have to say. Someone that I would consider highly offering a contract to.
Well, I mean, you don't find yourself in the main event of Capitol Wrestling without having put some considerable work in wherever it is you come from.
Did you follow? But you won like getting this out of a cereal box, right?
That's it. Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Wearing all denim. Weirdo. I don't like you.
Big shout outs to Denim Fritz here on Capitol Wrestling.
Thank you. Oh, look at that. The master of yacht rock and smack talk. And look at this. Bob Evans and Tim Hughes on the outside. They're advising Preston Quinn. They're a part of the National Rasslin Association, the National Rasslin Allliance. No matter how you slice it, they're looking to bring old school back to pro wrestling, whether you like it or not. And right now, you can see him on the outside advising. Brutal Bob Evans has been hired as the personal trainer to the Pain Train Preston Quinn. Doing a great job so far, waiting for his moment to strike.
Oh, all the way to the outside. I was expecting Laroux to land on the apron.
Thunderous. Oh.
And LSG shot him up there with a little bit of extra oomph to send him all the way to the outside. And what a shot by Preston Quinn on the outside.
Laid it down into him, and look at this. No disqualification in a 3-way dance, 1 fall to a finish, and Preston Quinn taking it to Logan Easton Laroux.
At this point, all Mike Keener can do is sit back and watch.
You like that sort of thing, don't you?
Well, from time to time. Take a little peep at what's going on at the show.
You frighten me greatly. People like you. I don't know why.
And conversely, not a lot of people like you, and I know why.
Why?
Well, look at yourself sometimes.
I am the Sultan of Sartorial Splendor. Let's get back to the professional wrestling, sir, before you continue to try to assassinate my character and I try to get you assassinated.
Hey, whoa. You might want to get that stricken from the record there, Mr. Shapiro. Right now, what a shot from Laroux. Wow, just that quickly, LSG springing up to his feet. One more time, Resorte, but he got caught into that power slam to cover the count, but not quite the victory. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Logan Easton Laroux from behind, breaking up that pin attempt.
It is not a situation that Preston Quinn finds himself in that often, having multiple opponents. It's different when you have a tag team match and you have a partner on the outside on the apron. Bob Evans and Tim Hughes only coaching here, not trying to get physically involved.
So far.
But you know what? Tim Hughes and Bob Evans are men of their word. They said they're going to get rid of the garbage. They did that earlier a couple of weeks ago with Drake Chambers and that Ronnie Burton of that garbage rock and roll band.
They put on a great show for the fans in attendance here.
So does Sue the Shooter, but that doesn't mean I want to see her on television every week. And look at Preston Quinn dominating here over the men who I think their combined time in the professional wrestling industry amounts to maybe a quarter or 3/4 the time of Preston Quinn.
Yeah, I'm going to say somewhere between a quarter and 1/2 of the time. And that's a crazy statistic because LSG has been in the game for about what feels like 6-7 years already. That'll just go to show you how long Preston Quinn has been involved in this great sport. He has the tools, he knows how to use them, but does he know how to use them in this scenario?
Oh, no, jawjacker, Quinn looks like he's hurt. Quinn has left the ring. Oh, that's not good.
Whoa, big back elbow out of LSG, followed by a pump kick. And LSG, it looks like he's getting ready for something here. What's he got in mind? Going to the outside. Logan Easton Laroux's a very Oh, wasn't going after Laroux, was he?
He was going after. He just took out the whole NRA.
I'm sure there's some political people out there that are really happy, but that's not at all what you're talking about, right?
I think I accidentally triggered Portia Vaughn. It's the only triggering she's ever going to get.
Whoa. And LSG back in the ring. He caught Laroux with that forearm, springing off that middle rope. And LSG really turning things on for himself. Nice.
Double underhook, toss suplex?
Yeah, I'll go with that. On the top rope, he comes down with a frog splash. And Keener right there in position. Want to talk about right there? Preston Quinn was right there, ready to break that up.
Oh no, he's going for the pile driver.
Oh no.
He's got the pile driver. Pile driver, my God.
He spiked him right on top of his head, and Preston Quinn picks up the victory.
The Pain Train, Preston Quinn, coming through here in the main event. Here this week on Capitol Wrestling Television. The National the leader of the National Rasslin Allliance, coming through here in our main event this week. Coming soon. We're going to have more information on upcoming events, but always be tuned to twitter.com/Capitol Wrestling, facebook.com/Capitol Wrestling, as the Pain Train continues to roll down the road here in Capitol Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, for MLJ and all of us here, but hold on, Logan Easton Laroux. Logan Easton Laroux is standing upright. You gotta wonder what's going through his mind right now. He must be angry. He had a second to go after. What? Oh boy. Logan Easton Laroux standing above Leon St. Giovanni. And right now, oh look, LSG caught him. Sets him up. Dynamic move by the Human Rocket. It looked like Logan Easton Laroux was going to try to get one up on LSG, but the Human Rocket, Leon St. Giovanni, coming out of here not with the victory, but potentially a new enemy in Logan Easton Laroux. And while the Human Rocket stands tall here tonight, we're going to say goodnight. It has been 6:05 with Capitol Wrestling. For all of us here at Capitol Wrestling, they say thank you, I say you're welcome. I'm Matthew Ryan Shapiro, and we'll see you next week here on Capitol Wrestling.
Anthony Gangone, the Mo Show Bo Crockett, is going to take you and drop you, and we'll just see if you can run that big mouth when you got a broken jaw.
I don't live in a box, and I don't live by other people's rules, which could cause a problem for someone like you, Mr. Quinn.
Every group needs a pretty face. I'm the last guy you might expect to come and punch someone in the mouth. That's exactly what Anthony Gangone is in for on June 3rd.
I do what I want. Don't worry about what I'm doing, okay? I'm going to go in there, I'm going to beat Jeff Cannonball June 3rd, and I'm going to move on from him onto somebody probably a little higher up the ladder, because that's where I belong. Let's face it, If anybody's a main event talent, it's me. But you know, we'll save that for a later time. I got my eyes focused on June 3rd.
You may have taken the easy way out last time, but this time maybe I'll be the one who gets a little bit desperate. This time maybe I'll be the one who shows you a little bit more about that world that I come from, a little bit more about these scars, a little bit more about that blood that runs through these veins, John. You know what, no matter what happens, John, I feel like this time I'll be a lot more satisfied.
Capitol Wrestling, you're on notice because all these years of being overlooked, all these years of saying, where's Santa Claus on the flyer? They're coming to an end.
We're in Capital by God Wrestling, and you, Dowling and Keener, you want to play politics. You want to play Barack Obama and Joe Biden. But it's the Trump administration, boy. And the American Health Care Act, that just got passed. And the extreme rednecks, you have a pre-existing condition. And that pre-existing condition is that you just pissed me off.